line was different last week. Last game. Where are you at with the starters for tonight? If you don't mind, are you going to stick with the same group? And how do you deal with that when you're rewarding players who came in and played the right way? When does that just carry over?
A lot of it's by feel. There's no absolute for anything. I think in any business, obviously, but we're gonna keep the starters the same. For how long, I don't know. But Keon's gonna get another start tonight, and I thought he played well last game. I thought Kessler came in and gave us a little lift, and I thought Alex was solid too. But we'll just kind of go with it now and see what happens going forward.
Coach Brown, when you're talking, about these changes, with the lineup, I also noticed, that these players, they understand the game, they understand their profession, and they've been professionals, throughout. And I'm not going to, name any whichever players, but can you speak to that, when these players, when they understand changes have to be made in their role and they have to accept it and things like that, and the way they accepting it right now?
Our guys, and we have a pretty mature team. We have a really good group. I've enjoyed coaching them. I enjoyed it last year. I've enjoyed it so far this year. And they allow me to coach them. And, they understand at the end of the day, there's no absolute for anything within the roster. And, part of what we talk about when we say, hey, are we all in? Are we going to embrace our role is to put the team first. And that doesn't mean that you can't bring your individualism to the table, for games or practices or shooting rounds or when we're together off the court. But at the end of the day, we're going to try to do what's best for the team. We're all going to embrace it. And I can't play 17 guys. They know that I can only start 5 and, at the most probably play 10 if it's a blowout or something like that. Everybody else might get a chance to play, but somebody's going to have to sit. And I think they all respect each other as teammates, and so they want each other to succeed. I don't feel like there's anybody on the team that is selfish or is thinking about me over the team. So is it tough? Yeah. For some guys it may be tough, but at the end of the day, I think all of our guys understand what team is and what all in is, and that's what gets us through difficult times.
Hey Mike, 2-part question back here in the corner. First ever in-season tournament game for you guys. The first part is, I know because it's counts towards the regular season, is the approach the exact same, number one? And then from your position, coaching a team, are you able to kind of enjoy, I guess, the history and the uniqueness of something that the NBA is trying?
Yeah, from my perspective, it's pretty cool. Probably 30 years from now, I can say, hey, I was around when they first instituted the play-in game. And I thought it was terrible. And so I gave it a chance. And I was also around the tournament, in-season tournament, and I actually think it's kind of neat. I hope because I think it's neat. I hope it doesn't end up being terrible like the other like the play-in. But I'm excited about it, and yeah, I'm excited that I'm able to be a part of the NBA, to experience something new like this. And we talked to our guys about it, and we talked to them about the point differential. Because everybody, when we were getting our heads smashed in Houston, they held the ball at the end of the game and took a shot clock violation. Well, when it comes to playing tournaments, you can't do that on either, whether you're up or you're down. You got to try to score, try to stop the other team from scoring. So we let them know that, and then Robbie Lemons, local guy here. You guys get a kick out of this. He came to me today, and before shoot around, we had our coaches meeting, and he goes, hey, I'd like to show the guys something to put a little bit more emphasis on it. I said, what do you want to show them? So he put it up on the screen, and the first one was, for $500,000 you can buy an island. I can't remember which country. For $500,000 you can buy like 6,200 and some bottles of this certain red wine. You can buy 5,280 something bottles of this certain white wine. And then they showed the house that you could buy if you lived in Oklahoma City for under $500,000. So we showed 3 slides and we told the guys, and hey, if we go win it, this is what you guys can use your money for. So, it was a good time to have some fun, while also talking about the importance of it with the point differential and all that other stuff.
So the headline out of that would be Mike Brown hates the play-in tournament?
Well, only if it, because I didn't hate that play-in tournament. I was like, man, this is kind of corny, kind of like, I guess, I hate to say this, but kind of like the Beam thing. The Beam thing at first, I was like, man, come on, man. But man, that's the greatest thing since sliced bread. And so I hope now, because I'm excited about the in-season tournament. I just hope it doesn't have the reverse effect, I guess. Am I making sense?
Yeah, I mean, so in other words, you have to see it first. I mean, because I guess that was the question too, is like, can you envision a world where some of these games have an added weight to them to where they can replicate something like the playoffs?
It'd be, maybe, it's hard because the playoffs are, it's a series. And so you really feel the series. We have to go through this because it's kind of a one-off game playing against certain teams, and so you got to go through it, you got to feel it. But to me, there's excitement. I mean, you got the new floors, you got the jerseys. I mean, shoot, they gave us something new to wear tonight. So you can feel the excitement and all that other stuff behind it. And I'm excited to see how it turns out. But I just hope that because I wasn't excited about the Beam and I wasn't excited about the play-in tournament, but they turned out both to be freaking great. I hope that this doesn't follow the same pattern. It's the opposite of what I think. I hope I'm explaining that right. I know tomorrow the headline's gonna be Mike Brown hates the in-season tournament, and Adam Silver's gonna call me and say, Mike, what? But no, I'm excited about it. And I think everybody should be.
Mike, with a guy like Keon in the starting lineup who spent a lot of time in the G League, what is your message to him when being out there with the starters, and what type of message are you sending to the rest of the team?
It's really, I didn't give him a message at all. I just told him the same thing I'm telling everybody else. We want to play fast, we want to play physical, and we want to play the right way together. And that's what our identity is. That's what we wanted to be for a long time, and try to go out there and do that. And for me to pull him aside or say something like that, because I didn't say that when he went to the Houston game. He just went out there and played the right way. And so I wanted to reward him, and not necessarily trying to send a message to the rest of the team, but what it does show is if you go out there and you try to do those 3 things, you may get an opportunity. That doesn't mean the opportunity is going to be permanent, but you may get an opportunity. And I'm not just saying, hey, we need to play this way and kind of waste my breath. I think we need to play this way. And it doesn't matter if we're up 20, down 20, or the game is tied. We need to be who we are.
Mike, for 5,000 bottles of wine, you might have a highly motivated Domantas Sabonis tonight. What do you know just about how De'Aaron's feeling, and does it feel like he's getting close to a return?
Really, like I don't. Yeah, every day he's getting closer, but I don't. I'm not tracking it because when he comes back, and that's kind of how I look at it with Fox and with Trey. So they're both getting better daily, but I don't know what that means. That doesn't mean that we have a return date, I guess, for him.
Coach, to bounce off that a little bit, De'Aaron's missing his 5th game tonight. I'm sure he's itching to get back on the court, but I'm just curious, is there other ways that he's impacting the team during this absence, like during games or during practices? Or is he talking to the team, or maybe even conversations with you?
Yeah, no, he uses his voice very well, and I've said this many times. His leadership aspect is getting better and better every day, and so he's in constant communication with the staff and with the players on the bench, and Even in practice, you know, he's talking to the guys, and so that hasn't changed, his presence, his leadership, and we don't expect that to change at all, whether he's playing or he's not playing, and it's pretty neat to see it, especially, you know, when this is uncharted territory for him, so, he's been awesome. Thank y'all.
All right, thanks, Coach.